Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Paul, and today we are back with another very useful topic for English learners.
Hello everyone, I'm Lena. We are really happy to see you again. Today's topic is very important, especially for beginners who want to learn English but prefer studying at home.
Yes, many people want to improve their English, but they cannot go to classes or coaching centers.
That's true. Some people don't have time, and some prefer learning at their own pace in a comfortable environment.
So today, we are going to explain how to learn English at home step by step, in a simple and practical way.
Yes, and if you follow these steps daily, you will slowly build confidence and improve your English speaking skills.
So make sure you watch till the end.
Let's begin!
Lena, when someone starts learning English at home, they often feel confused about where to begin. There are so many things to learn like grammar, speaking, listening, and writing. So what should be the very first step for beginners?
That's a very good question, Paul. The first and most important step for beginners is to build a strong foundation of basic vocabulary. Without knowing words, it becomes very difficult to understand sentences or express your thoughts in English.
So vocabulary is like the building blocks of a language.
Exactly. Words are the basic units of communication. If you know enough words, you can understand more and also start speaking, even if your grammar is not perfect.
That sounds encouraging, especially for beginners who feel pressure to learn grammar first.
Yes, many beginners make the mistake of focusing only on grammar in the beginning. While grammar is important, it becomes much easier to understand once you already know some common words.
So what kind of words should beginners start learning?
They should start with simple and commonly used words from daily life. For example, words related to food, family, daily activities, emotions, and basic actions.
Can you give some examples?
Of course, words like eat, drink, go, come, happy, sad, mother, friend, work, home. These are very basic words, but they are used in everyday conversations.
That makes learning more practical.
Yes, and learners should not just memorize words, they should try to use them in simple sentences. For example, I am happy. I go to work. I eat food.
That helps in understanding how words are used.
Exactly. Another helpful tip is to write new words in a notebook and revise them daily. Repetition is very important for memory.
So learners should review their vocabulary regularly.
Yes, and they can also try to learn a few new words every day instead of learning too many at once. Small, consistent effort is much more effective.
That sounds like a very simple and effective way to start learning English at home.
Absolutely. Once learners build a basic vocabulary, they feel more confident and ready to move to the next step.
After learning some basic vocabulary, what should beginners do next? Many learners understand words, but they still struggle to speak.
That's very true. The next important step is to start speaking using simple sentences. Many beginners delay speaking because they think they need perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary first.
Yes, they often wait until they feel ready, but that moment never comes.
Exactly. The best way to learn speaking is to start speaking early, even if your sentences are very simple. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect.
That's a very important mindset.
Yes. Beginners can start with short and easy sentences that they can use in daily life. For example, I am tired. I am learning English. I like tea. I am going outside. These sentences are very simple, but they help learners practice speaking.
And they are also useful in real life.
Exactly. Speaking simple sentences regularly helps your brain get used to forming thoughts in English. Over time, your sentences will become longer and more natural.
So confidence starts with small steps.
Yes. Another important tip is to not be afraid of making mistakes. Many learners feel shy or nervous because they think others will judge them.
That's a very common fear.
Yes, but mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every mistake helps you improve. The more you speak, the more you learn.
So speaking regularly is the key.
Absolutely. Learners can also practice speaking at home by talking to themselves. They can describe their day, their plans, or what they are doing at the moment.
That's a great way to practice without pressure.
Yes, and they can also stand in front of a mirror and practice speaking. This helps improve confidence and body language.
That sounds very helpful for beginners.
Yes, and one more thing. Learners should focus on communication, not perfection. Even if the sentence is simple, if the message is clear, that is enough.
That's a very powerful message.
Yes, because the goal of language is to communicate. When beginners understand this, they feel more relaxed and start speaking more freely.
Lena, we have already talked about vocabulary and speaking. Now let's move to another important skill, listening. Many beginners find it difficult to understand spoken English. What do you think about this?
Yes, that's absolutely true. Listening can be challenging in the beginning because learners are not used to the speed, pronunciation, and accent of English speakers. But at the same time, listening is one of the most important skills for improving overall English.
Why is listening so important for beginners?
Listening helps learners understand how English is actually spoken in real life. It improves pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence structure, and even speaking confidence. When you listen regularly, your brain starts recognizing patterns in the language.
So it's not just about understanding, but also about learning how to speak.
Exactly. When learners listen carefully, they naturally learn how words are pronounced, how sentences are formed, and how conversations flow.
That makes sense. So how can beginners improve their listening skills at home?
Beginners should start with simple and slow English content. For example, they can watch beginner-friendly English videos, listen to short conversations, or follow basic listening lessons.
Why is it important to start with simple content?
Because if the content is too difficult, learners may feel confused and discouraged. Simple content helps them understand more, which builds confidence and motivation.
That's a very good point.
Another important technique is to listen and repeat. After hearing a sentence, learners should pause and try to repeat it. This helps improve pronunciation and speaking skills at the same time.
So they should not just listen passively.
Exactly. Active listening is very important. Learners should focus on the words, try to understand the meaning, and repeat what they hear.
How often should they practice listening?
Ideally, every day. Even 10 to 15 minutes of listening daily can make a big difference over time.
That sounds very manageable.
Yes, consistency is the key. Over time, learners will notice that they understand more and feel more confident while listening to English.
Lena, now let's talk about reading. Many beginners ignore reading because they focus more on speaking. How important is reading in learning English?
Reading is extremely important. It helps learners understand how English sentences are formed and introduces them to new vocabulary and context. It also improves grammar naturally.
So reading supports both vocabulary and grammar learning.
Exactly. When learners read regularly, they see how words are used in sentences. This helps them understand the structure of the language without memorizing complex grammar rules.
That sounds like a very natural way to learn.
Yes, it is. Beginners should start with simple and easy reading materials. For example, short stories, basic English books, or simple articles.
Why should they start with simple content?
Because easy content helps them understand more without feeling frustrated. If they choose difficult texts, they may lose interest quickly.
That makes sense.
While reading, learners will come across new words. Instead of ignoring them, they should note those words down and try to understand their meaning.
And then use those words later?
Yes, that's very important. Learners should try to use new words in their own sentences. This helps them remember the words better and improves their speaking skills as well.
That's a very effective learning method.
Another helpful tip is to read aloud. When learners read aloud, they improve both their reading and speaking skills at the same time.
That also helps with pronunciation.
Exactly. Reading aloud helps learners become more confident while speaking and improves their fluency.
How much time should beginners spend on reading?
Even 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough in the beginning. The goal is to make reading a regular habit.
So small daily practice again plays an important role.
Yes, consistency is the key. With regular reading, learners will slowly understand English better and feel more confident using it.
Lena, many learners understand English quite well. They can read and even understand when someone speaks slowly, but when it comes to speaking, they hesitate or stay silent. Why does this happen?
That's a very common situation for beginners. The main reason is lack of speaking practice. Speaking is a skill, and like any other skill, it improves only with regular practice. If learners don't practice speaking, They may understand English, but they won't feel confident using it.
So understanding English is not enough. Speaking practice is also necessary.
Exactly. Many learners wait for the perfect time to start speaking, but that time never comes. The best way to improve is to start speaking from the beginning, even if the sentences are simple.
What can beginners do if they are learning at home and don't have anyone to talk to?
They can practice speaking in many simple ways. For example, they can talk about their daily routine, describe what they are doing, or speak about their plans for the day.
Can you give an example?
Yes, for example, a learner can say, I wake up at 7 a.m. I am preparing my breakfast. I will study English today. These are simple sentences, but they help build speaking confidence.
That sounds very easy and practical.
Yes, and learners can also stand in front of a mirror and speak. This helps them observe their expressions and improve confidence.
That's a great technique.
Another useful method is to record your voice while speaking. When learners listen to their own voice, they can notice mistakes and improve pronunciation.
So speaking daily, even for a few minutes, can make a big difference.
Absolutely. Even 10-15 minutes of daily speaking practice can gradually improve fluency and confidence.
Lena, we have discussed many useful methods, but many learners struggle with consistency. They start learning with motivation, but after a few days, they stop. How can they stay consistent?
That's a very important point. The key to success in learning English is creating a simple and realistic daily routine. Without a routine, it becomes difficult to stay consistent.
So learners need a clear plan.
Exactly. But the plan should be simple and manageable. Beginners should not try to study for many hours in one day. Instead, they should divide their practice into small parts.
Can you suggest a simple routine?
Yes, for example, 10 minutes for vocabulary, 10 minutes for listening, 10 minutes for speaking. This is just 30 minutes a day, but it covers all important skills.
That sounds very easy to follow.
Yes, and learners can adjust the timing according to their schedule. The goal is to make English a daily habit, not a one-time activity.
So consistency is more important than long study hours.
Absolutely. Even small daily efforts can bring big results over time. When learners practice regularly, they don't forget what they learn, and their confidence keeps growing.
That makes learning more effective and less stressful.
Exactly. A simple routine helps learners stay focused and motivated.
We have discussed step-by-step methods to learn English at home. Before we end this video, Lena, what final message would you like to give to beginners?
I would like to say that learning English is a journey, not something that happens overnight. Many beginners feel discouraged when they don't see quick results, but it's important to stay patient.
That's very true. Learning takes time.
Yes, and every small step matters. Every new word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every minute you practice brings you closer to your goal.
That's a very positive way to look at learning.
Also, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. In fact, mistakes help you learn faster and improve your skills.
So learners should focus on progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Speak as much as you can, listen carefully, read regularly, and practice every day. If you stay consistent, you will definitely see improvement.
That's very motivating.
Yes, and always believe in yourself. Confidence plays a very important role in speaking English. Even if your sentences are simple, speak with confidence.
Thank you so much, Lena, for sharing these valuable tips.
You're welcome. I hope this video helps all the beginners who want to learn English at home.
Thank you everyone for watching and learning with us.
Keep practicing your English every day and never give up. See you in the next video. Bye everyone and happy learning.